Hello, Jeff Big Daddy Wayne here. I want to talk to you today about the Millenium Bug. How many people remember the Millenium Bug? Let's get a close-up of that if you can. Do you see that, the Millenium Bug? And the year 2000, Y2K, I think, wasn't that what it was called, the Y2K? It was going to be a catastrophe. Some of you may remember this. You see, none of the computers had geared themselves up for the change in the century. 19, they would say it's going to be the year 19, but 2000, they don't know how to flick into that. I want to just tell you some of the things they have here. I just want to share this with you and talk to you about what didn't happen, okay? Could a technological virus on the world's computer system shake Western civilization to its core? Does that frighten you? It did them. Okay, why the Y2K problem upset the world economic system, setting up a global cashless system? How do you like that one, ladies and gentlemen? Has the federal government anticipated the problem with a new emergency government to be imposed when the trouble exists? Do you understand that? A new government's going to take place. This was in the year 2000, before that election. Apparently Bill Clinton was, hey, we got something ready to go. It's going to be amazing. Hillary will be the president, and I'll be the first man. What executive orders put into place to deal with this contingency? Executive orders. Very controversial now with Mr. Trump. Is there a cover-up to avoid the panic? My God, this sounds like CNN, doesn't it? You be the judge. Nothing this big has been predictable within this much precision. I'm going to repeat that to you. In fact, you can read it. Nothing this predictable with this much precision. They had us in a sheer panic. Now, I know the producer that made this video at the time called the Millenium Bug. It is beautiful. I like the artwork. The big bug crying up there. It cost $19.95. He made over $1 million selling this. People ate it up. And I started thinking, why? Why? Well, on all the television channels at the time, they were talking about the Millenium Bug. There were shows about it. They're discussing it. But this is what scares people. Do any of you recall in 1938 on the Mercury Theater, Orson Welles, what did it establish him as a big star? As he did The War of the Worlds. And he did it like they were actually broadcasting instead of panic up through the United States. They thought Martians were invading. And by the way, we used to be told that when I was a kid. There's UFOs, spaceships. Something's coming. What could it be? Ladies and gentlemen, do you realize the last, 60 years of our existence is nothing but fear? First, it was the Cold War, the atomic bomb. When I was a kid, they had us crawling under desks. Like that's going to save you from a nuclear explosion. Then, of course, California's been reckoned to drop into the ocean any day from the San Andreas Fault. Arizona Bay will appear. Property values will skyrocket over there in Arizona. The killer bees were coming up from the killer Texas. An African bee had crossbreeded with the honeybee, and they were coming up to Texas and California. We were going to be stung to death. There was no escape. In 1970, the earth was getting cold. We're all going to freeze to death. In 1992, Al Gore published Earth in the Balance. It's getting warmer. He said, we only have a short time to rectify the problem. He repeated this in 2002 when he made his documentary, An Inconvenient Truth. We only have a little while to save ourselves from global warming. And subsequently, I think in 2010, 2015, and it's when Obama signed the big climate change treaty that we only have so much time. What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? Why are we always in a panic? I mean, I understand the ages had the book of Revelation in the Bible, which if you look how clever that is, it could fit any time. If you become one of these radical believers and you're reading that, it's happening. You know, I had somebody the other day when we were talking about this saying, what would you do if the rapture happened now and Jesus Christ came back? I said, Jesus Christ, what could I do? I have no power. I have no power. I have no power over global warming. I have no power over Jesus Christ coming back. I don't have any power getting subscribers. What the hell am I supposed to do? Okay, so why am I making this about the Millenium Bug? I have recontacted this producer of this particular video that made him $1 million. Why? I'm going to tell you why. The same year he made this video, beautifully packaged with me, called Rejected, Turned Down, Ignored, and Shit On. It was about my history in Hollywood of trying to become a star. That, much like global warming, didn't happen, ladies and gentlemen, in the year 2000. However, much like global warming, it seems to be getting hotter. I've done a couple of things lately, but it's still up in the air, if you know what I mean. I've had no response from Al Gore yet, but I'm trying. Anyway, this had videos. A great one was my hometown, about where I went to Newport, Kentucky, and showed my hometown of pure white trash, and that comedy does come from tragedy. They said, tragedy in time equals comedy. I don't know. Ask JFK. Anyway, the point is, this sold 3 videos. He made no money. He lost money on it, okay? It was a profit-sharing deal, so obviously I didn't make anything. I believe in myself. I'm willing to take a chance. Are you? Let's find out. I'm going to tell him, ladies and gentlemen, to re-release this as a DVD and telling that it possibly they made a mistake. It could happen in 2020. And therefore, people will panic, go crazy again. He doesn't have to change the artwork or anything, just one digit. That's all he's got to change, and everybody's going to go insane one more time. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the Millenium Bug. I just wanted to bring you up to date on my life, my thoughts, my ideas. You're welcome to comment. You're welcome to subscribe. And remember, Big Daddy knows.